And Jeff has a feature on facts you may not know about the Pontiac Grand Prix.
That's right. 4 facts. The auto industry's longest-running nameplates like CJ7, CJ5 likely come to mind. But the Chevy Suburban has had 12 generations of a run. The Pontiac Grand Prix badge has been around for 47 years. Its introduction in 1962. The Grand Prix name was borrowed from the French term that's commonly used in the international races on Formula One circuit as the Big Prize.
That is a beautiful car that I would love to have.
It was originally called the Ventura in 1962. It was a big year for Pontiac. They sold over 500,000 vehicles, 521,000 vehicles that year. Best second ever to 1955. The 75 millionth Pontiac rolled off the line in the spring, and it was a Bonneville convertible. The Le Mans, which evolved from the GTO in 64, made its first appearance as the Grand Prix. So moving on, there were 8 generations of the Grand Prix. The 1964 model year marked the end of the model's first generation. The original engine choices carried over to the second generation. In 1969, the Grand Prix moved from a mid-sized G-body platform. It shared with Chevy Monte Carlo, Malibu, Buick Regal, of course, Century, and the Oldsmobile Cutlass. In 1997 through 2004, the supercharged 3.8-liter V8 could produce 260 horsepower. Wow. And a 5.3-liter V8 generated 303 horsepower at 323 foot-pounds of torque. So moving on to that. The next fact that you didn't know was the Grand Prix convertible was only made in 1967. I like that car.
I do too. I like that one.
The Grand Prix was available as a coupe from its birth in 2002. The anomaly was in 67. The only time a convertible version of the Grand Prix was produced, despite its gorgeous sweeping lines and vast open-air cruising deck. The Grand Prix convertible was not common. It was not a hot commodity. People didn't like it, like just Don said. They produced 5,800 of these convertibles. You may think it a rarity based on the original price of $3,800 for that car back then.
That's a lot.
Today, it's about $36,000. You really can't find any more because nobody wants them, and they're kind of just going away. The last one that actually got some money was the Hearst edition. It was a 455 cubic inch for $100,000. But that was a classic. It was all redone and refurbished and looked pretty. The last one we have a fact that NASCAR had the Pontiac. It was a repeat NASCAR champion. The Grand Prix was popular as a mass-market vehicle, but it also had success on the racetrack. NASCAR champions who had driven the Grand Prix stock cars included Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, Bobby Labonte, Tony Stewart, and Richard Petty. So during that time, the championship years, Earnhardt's Grand Prix ride came in '81, and he is the and he was 29 and defending the series champion when he drove that car back then. So there you go. Just 4 facts about it. And like the Pontiac,
I will tell you, I have an idea for General Motors. And that was, the fact that if they're going to do NASCAR without a brand, the Chevy Camaro anymore, pick up the Pontiac. Just put Pontiac on the back of it. They don't make it. Well, they don't make this car that they're going to race, so just put Pontiac. Put Grand Prix on it.
Just get another car. We got a few in mind.
There's a few Chevrolets out there. I mean, there's some.
Yep.
Well, they don't make the Malibu anymore.
No.
What Chevy would that be? They don't make the Camaro.
What's wrong with the Corvette?
They're going to put a Corvette on NASCAR?
Why not?
You'd have to restyle it, make it.
It's fiberglass.
Well, no, it's not.
The size,
it's plastic.
weight, and all that.
Plastic, fiberglass, same thing.
I think there's some other engineering specs on that. I saw a show called Trans Am. It's been out for a while. They're watching the reruns.
You can't say that on the radio.
What, Trans Am? Oh, okay. Well, it was about a car that they did some work to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's been on for years ago. But they remodeled the new Firebirds to look modern, like a Camaro. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they had a customer come in with a Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser. Said, just fix it up. Don't make anything fancy about it. Frame off restoration. They went overboard. The guy wanted to keep his engine complete as a 455. They dropped an LS whatever number in there, built it up, supercharged it, put like $130,000 in it, and the guy says, I don't want it. That's not what I wanted. So they ended up buying the car back from the guy. They lost money. It was on TV. They showed it.
Wow.
Really?
You know what? I'm going to make it look good for my customer, and I'm going to do this and this. They never honored what the guy wanted to do to the car.
Yeah.
So they ate it.
They ate it.
They're
Wow.
trying to
At the very end,
outthink
they
and
ate
think, I know better than my customer.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to do your car review on the other side of the hour,
Okay.
bottom of the hour.